Hey, greetings everyone. Welcome to the updated version of Yeye's Academy Open House. Hopefully this will show you the progress that we've not only made since our first open house in April, but it'll also help you get closer to making a decision for your family about how Yeye's Academy will work with your family and your scholars to empower their academic journey. So there are links at the bottom of this video so that you can follow along. And at the end, there'll also be the link to the website as well as my email address if you have any questions. So let's go ahead and get started. So, with the academy, everything that you want to know about the academy, this link contains our strategic plan. So, if you want to look through that, it kind of gives you a hint into what we're doing, what we plan to do. And so, this is in depth for that. And I'm going to pull up a copy of it so that you all can see it. And just so that you know what's expected, should you want to go into more detail. So just a little bit about the collective. I have introduced myself. You also have this dynamic group of educators that are coming together to provide this experience. Just to let you all know that as a collective, we have over 25 years of experience teaching youth of all ages. We all come from a background where we're using tradition and our culture to teach. So the goal is culture, identity, creativity, leadership. We work with a variety of ages. Most of us are on the higher end, middle school and high school, so you'll see a lot of classes offered there. And so we want to be a place where we serve families, we serve families. We help families to do what they need to do um, to be successful. A little bit about this organization, we started off as Culture for My Kids, which was a nonprofit academy, a DIY solo venture focused on arts and culture, dance and all kind of cultural community programs that you would see in a community. We all had a chance to work with Aya Educational Institute, which was around for 27 years. Wonderful school. Please check them out for what they have done and what they are doing. They are on YouTube, all over social media, to get the background history of that. And so, with that, everything we did was African centered. We've all worked in public school, homeschool, virtual school, private tutoring, small groups, micro class, curriculum development. We've done a lot of different things. And so we've come together since I is no longer taking live students. I mean, they're no longer doing live classes. They're moving to DIY and teacher training, parent training, and we still will continue to do some affiliation with that and offering some of those classes, which has deeply rooted in our teaching and the scholars that we're working with and that learning. And so we're coming together to offer classes in a space for parents who want a cultural identity, want to continue a strong sense of self for their children, who are interested in character development, who are interested in the connection to ancestral wisdom, who are interested in holistic education, deep connection to roots, life, emotional skills, a safe environment, all of those things. We're continuing that journey here, and we want to sort of offer parents a space who are still looking for that in a school. And so I give you a little bit about me so you can read a little bit more about the journey of how I came to starting this whole thing, Culture for My Kids and then Yeye's Academy. So you have a background about me. This goes over the history for those who want that information there. So basically, for us, we want to be able to offer innovative spaces where you can have a chance to attend live classes, or if your family likes to travel, you may want to get some DIY or curriculum materials. And so this again goes into the background of who we are as a family. So you can feel free to peruse all of this to let you know who we are and what our business structure is going to be. And soon we will have a whole website developed to all of those things that you can share with people who want to know, who want to invest in your child's learning. We will also have a website dedicated to that to let you all know we are serious about what we're doing and what we are developing. And so with that, the difference of the structure is that we are collective. We're a bunch of educational businesses coming together to bring you these services. So everyone is working all the time in business development, and everyone is working to bring you the very best of what we have. So take some time to look through that and let us know if you have any questions about our business culture. So now there are sounding like 3 to 4 ways to get interactive with Yeye's Culture Academy. One is just the arts track. If you're just here, you've got all of the basic work to do, then you can just, for the basic coverage, I mean, English, ELA, art, or science, and you just want some, I never say elective courses because arts are so as important as the what we call the core classes. And I'm an arts infused teacher as a part of my contract work. And so I spend my life going into classrooms to introduce that topic. But here are some classes that you can take if you are interested more of adding to the your core curriculum classes. So we have language immersion, wonderful Sewa Nolu with the Kiswahili and isiZulu, and this is kind of a family journey. So she has more about that on her page, and I'll be going through the brochure in a second. Stories of stretch is the yoga, getting you moving, getting you stretching, and then having our beautiful folklore. Then we have a DIY arts class. If you have someone who's interested in the electronic arts, the I don't want to say iPad, different things like that, drawing pads. If they want to take a DIY class, that's there. You have a visual arts with Mama Asha. She has three different sets of visual arts courses that you can take a look through. And then you have the gym class, which is the grounding, it's actually going to be GEM, grounding, elevation, and movement for the older students. And this particular class, we're going to talk about holistic. It would correspond to your physical education class. We are going to do dance movement with Afrocentric and African traditional African dance movement. And on top of that, for the holistic and health part, we will be talking about different things that we do holistically to calm and center ourselves and bring ourselves to balance. Urology, breath work, essential oils, detoxes, and those things. And that will be the gym and physical ed credit. So again, if you have the core classes taken care of, you can simply just add those classes to that. And so here I'm going to jump into how to operate our our manual, our course manual, which has most of the questions that you need to answer in there. These are some of our teachers, and these are some of the courses that they will be offering. So I'm going to switch over to the course catalog so that you can understand how to use and work that. And that will be on in the link as well. So we're switching over to the course catalog. And in the course catalog, you will be able to search in a variety of different ways for the classes that you need. And I have more than one way to do it. There'll be a separate way to do it on the website, which I plan to. I'm meeting with the teachers between now and July 15th, and I have an interactive site that will be set up as well. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. So with the course catalog, you can read through that. You have the learning descriptions that tells you if you want sacred space, that's for live classes, DIY, YouTube education. We are building out our YouTube hybrid courses. And if you just want curriculum books, that every class is coded in that way. And so if you are looking through K through 12, you can click on this link right here. Again, most of our teachers are dealing with early elementary. I am working with more instructors who I know that are African centered and are amazing to add more to the lower end. So we will see that as they are ready. Um, so you can look through classes in that manner, and each button will take you back to each page will take you back to the main selection page. So if you want upper elementary, you get to see all the courses that are there for upper elementary. Um, and then if you click on just different buttons, it will take you to the classes. Like we have Afro-literacy, then here it will take you, tell you everything. So you can take your time to look through that. And so it works that way for every single age group. Um, you'll be able to, yeah, so you can, every single age group, you'll be able to click and find your way. Okay. And I would love to have your feedback on that. But I took the time to make sure it works. But you should, yeah, there we go, EY. Okay. And every time you go to the selection page, you should be able to get to a different age group. So these are all the options for that. And you just click selection page and it'll take you back. And if you just want the arts and what we call arts and elevation courses, you can click on that at the bottom and it will take you there as well. And of course, if you have any questions, you just let me know. But that is some of the things in our course catalog. Other things in the course catalog as you work through it. Um, you will have, again, all the descriptions are there. This is all of our art stuff. And then you will have supplement services. If you need to schedule a meeting, a post open house meeting, you need coursework support, you need to talk to the parent admin, all of this stuff. And we'll keep on putting more information there. But the course book is here. It has all the ways that we support you, all the deadlines that we have coming up. And then if you need, there's something on there that you don't have a need, there's a survey at the end, and you can go ahead and fill out the class interest form. So I'm going to come back to some of those things in a moment, but I just want you to understand how the curriculum, the course book works. And again, there will be a version of this on the website by July 15th that you'll be able to click more, I guess it'll be a little bit more spaced out and you'll be able to do that. Okay. So that link, the course book link is there and you can feel free to play around with it. Okay, so getting back to that, the elevation track, what we have done as well is those that are closer in age, 11 to 12th grade, and they're looking at college or collegiate connections. Right now, we offer AP classes where they will get an official AP credit. We also have internships, the arts, culture, and elevation internships. So I will put a spot on the application. I don't think I added that. I'll put a spot on there for scholarships and the internships because we are now raising money to offer scholarships. There'll be bridge courses for those who are doing dual enrollment. I'll be adding the bridge courses so that we can support those scholars who may be starting their first year in college and kind of need someone in academia to kind of help them and serve as a kind of a Jegna to that process. And then the next thing we'll be working on is business certification, actually a certification entrepreneur, and any type of dual enrollment. So those are the things that we have coming down in the future. With 3 out of the 4 done. So I'm so excited. The AP classes are in the book. I will be adding the bridge courses and the internship if you think your scholar would like to benefit from that. And so a little bit about our structure. We work in charge for classes on an 8-week session. There are no monthly bills. You select your courses. They go into a cart. We are working with certain states who are able to put their paid class wallet directly into the website. Right now, we're working with Alabama. We're looking to Georgia and other states that offer class wallet where you'll be able to pay for your classes directly. We also on the site there will be a firm Afterpay for people who are used to doing that. But again, no monthly charge. We charge by the 8 weeks. By the 9 weeks. I'm sorry. We have 8 weeks of content. The ninth week is independent projects. Then in between the 9 weeks, there's a virtual break where you kind of do like a community connection. No online classes. That'll be your chance to go out in the community, share what you've learned. We will continue in the IOA demonstrations of learning. These will happen on these particular months around the first, depending on what that fall, what the first falls on. We will also have parent teacher conference meetings, 3 per year. We'll have a school calendar released by the end of July that tells you all of the dates. Our main system will be Schoolwork. So let me tell you, Schoolwork is amazing because you will have access to your child's grades from all classes there. And you will also, getting a transcript is a click of a button. We'll click on the button, the transcript will be printed, and you will also see teacher comments on you by your students' grades and classes. So it's a very interactive. It contains lesson plan links and everything. So Schoolworks is a great system um, for just communication and knowing what's happening in your scholar's journey. And in the calendar, we will see all of the dates that we celebrate. We do not celebrate any Euro-inspired holidays. However, we will align freedom fighter equivalent days to support and align those who are working full time. I can't think of all of the holidays off hand. Maybe like President's Day. You know, we won't have President's Day, but we will have some culture related holiday because I know how important it is for family time. And we want to make sure that all of the days, calendar days, of our country and school days are aligned as much as possible. And you will see on the application, if there are days that we don't celebrate that your family celebrates, you can simply put that on your application and we will make sure we add it to the calendar and make those exceptions for your family. Okay. So as always, if there are any questions about that, let me know. I've already talked about the different learning models, the different ways that you get to interact with Yeye's Academy. And so I'm going to show you what a couple of those things look like now so you can see. Number one, the application is here embedded into our site. You will see that link here and just understanding how it works. You have your information. If you are a family that I know you directly, some of the things you don't have to worry about, like the relevant academic records, if I've taught your students. So we just have our basic application. The parent handbook is here. You can click on that to view that and ask any questions. Here is the space I was talking about for the religious holidays. Just understanding the fees. We do have the application fee to talk kind of one-on-one with the parents, answering any questions, setting up kind of like an academic path for your scholar. For the year. You know, what are some things that's recommended? You know, a DIY here, a live class here, a hybrid, and just really getting the time to talk to scholar families. There is, once you're accepted into the live classes, DIY, you can register whenever you want to. The courses are there. There will be a $100 enrollment fee because all classes are first come, first serve. That fee will be applied to your classes. That's not a fee that we just keep and think. That fee is applied to your classes. It kind of lets the teachers know, okay, really reserve the spot for this scholar because they are coming. We do have a tech fee twice a year that covers all the tech apps that your scholar will have access to during school and during the summer. As long as you are enrolled, or you will have the app as long as you would like to keep them. But as long as you're affiliated with Yeye's Academy, you'll have the paid version of the different apps that we use to enhance learning. And so during the professional development with parents, Parent PD, we'll show you how to use those apps on your own. And so that complements your scholar's learning and it aligns with what public schools may have as well, so that your scholars are used to the tech apps that are available in education. um, if there's an activity fee, maybe a virtual book club, because we will have a virtual library and a virtual librarian that we hope to hire within the next month. So there will be a virtual library for scholars to do research, to get help on basic how to improve scholarship. Do have that. If your child is going to take AP, there is an AP assessment fee so that we can in depth. Your scholar will take the test. We'll do in-depth AP feedback. You're going to College Board, and we will work with you to waive fees for tests. And so that will get you all set up in College Board, which is also good for SAT, ACT. So we will get you set up in that and let your scholars know and families know where they stand. So that's the application there. If they're hybrid DIY classes, if you decide to take any DIY classes, it's not showing me here. I will have to click on, let me see if I click the dashboard. Okay, I'll switch it over to Canvas and I'll show you all in a moment. But yes, we have all of our classes are in Canvas. For hybrid classes, if you choose to take one, you'll just go in there. There'll be videos that you can watch. There'll be just a lot of DIY stuff that you can do. There will be quizzes. There'll be a place to share your work. There'll be a community. So those are for classes that you choose to do DIY. No live classes. Maybe you're traveling, certain things like that. And so it'll be really simple. Whatever DIY classes you sign up for, you will see them here, and you'll be able to go in and just take your courses. Let me go a little bit into this one class that I really wanted to show y'all that had everything set up. See. Okay, let me look at my class here, y'all. I must have put it all here. My apologies, I'm changing the name. And so you have everything switched like that. It'll be all kind of ways. You'll get announcements, you'll get assignments. And so yeah, you'll have a bunch of different ways to interact with the Canvas. So this is the system, and we would take time to train if you're going to do that system. We will take time to train and get you set up. You'll see your course, and then you'll be all ready to go. So that's the Canvas system for the DIY, and we hope to have we hope to have schoolwork set up in the next few weeks. So we're really excited about that, and we'll work with our parents to have all the training that we need. So that's the DIY on Canvas. Then the YouTube education station, Yeye's Academy, we'll be adding to that a lot more. You know, you'll have the different playlists. Um, There is a whole thing we did on Kwanzaa. All some of the parent PD is here. We have stuff for the little ones like daycare age. You will also have some of the student work samples. You'll be able to see some of the things that they're doing. If you have a younger one, just story and songs. Creative curriculum. This is kind of for the public school teachers. I do work for the public school teachers. There'll be information on Yeye's Academy. Then this is podcast, storytelling podcast. And then we'll soon add stuff for curriculum, middle school, high school, all kind of things that we're using to teach the scholars. So that will be the full station. And then again, for those who are doing DIY, you will have access to curriculum books on our site, just anything that you would like to teach. You will have the different curriculum book. The Afro-literacy book is for those. It covers all kinds of activities for grades, parents who have multi-level students. And so you will see that there. We'll have our curriculum published here and as well as on some different sites. So those are all the way. The PD sessions will be the first week of the month where we'll go over different PD sessions. You'll be able to see some of vocabulary, reading nonfiction. And so I work with parents to develop that skill. And then there'll be individual lesson plans that you can just download. So those are all the ways that we're going to support families in education that won't just be relegated to live classes. So we're really excited about doing that. I showed you the support that we have at the end of the course catalog, which includes periodic surveys to see what you need. Of course, the quarterly meetings to check in to see what's going on in the classrooms, anything that we need to share. You will have regular 9 weeks grade and attendance reports, and you'll be able to see that stuff live in schoolwork. We'll definitely do virtual celebrations for children. You see the demonstration schedule. I showed you that. Constant communication. Our parent support person will be Mama Kabashale. She's very good about putting together everything you all will need, and you will all have access to reach her if you need something. And then we'll talk about different ways, growth opportunities for families, growth opportunities for scholars. And then we also have tutors. We have tutors, two tutors on deck. One is Sewa Sydney, and the other one is Mama Jordan, who currently lives in Ghana, and she works with families and individual scholars to help them just excel. And she's very excited to be able to work with our community. So upcoming dates as we wrap up, and hopefully you all this is all making sense, everything I've linked. And again, always email me if it's not. And so, what does the enrollment process look like? Should you decide to join Culture for My Kids? I mean, old name, Yeye's Culture Academy. You would come to an open house, which this video counts as coming to an open house with the same information. If you decide to do lab classes, you would do the registration form. For parents who are previous students of AYA or previous students, Liberated Minds, you would get a code where you don't have to pay the application fee. Just fill out your information so we can talk about your journey. Once we do that, we'll do a placement and program match for you. What the school year can look like for your child that best suits your family. Then here, you will get access to the class schedule, which will be in two places. There'll be two places. The class schedule will be a app that looks like this, where you'll be able to see what classes are offered when. And then the other way will be directly on the Yeye's Academy website, where you will see classes listed by subject, you will see classes listed by teacher, and you will see any bundles that they're offering and operating. So I'm meeting with the teachers individually within the next couple of weeks, and I'll have all of those things set up for you so you can see how you want to register, and that registration will also be on that page. And then by August 16th, we'll have the orientation where you'll get to meet all the teachers, ask any final questions. We'll make sure that everybody is into the apps that they will need for their classes. And so that is the schedule that we have. Our guarantees, our guarantees coming into this. You will know who your instructors are. You'll see them in the course. You'll see them on the website. You'll see them at orientation. Um, you will know what your scholars are learning. Again, Schoolworks will help out with that. You'll be able to see the results from your scholars. We have dynamic um, faculty, again, coming from AYA and then coming from other places where I've served with people in education. On the board, I do have some public school teachers to help us with resource connections, and also a teacher who works the very best that works with transition plans for students who may need extra support for college or transition plans in general. So I do have a dynamic teacher who works with Title IX and all kind of things that you have a freedom of choice and payment options per 9 weeks. Again, versus the monthly, we're paying 9 weeks at a time, which it will be split into increments. You guarantee a schedule that follows the full school year. We are promising no breaks that will affect your child's academic journey. We'll design a schedule that's affordable. Again, all of the ways that we have to interact, your family will talk about that. And then if for some reason live class doesn't work out, we'll move you to a comparable DIY program that loses no value. So those are our guarantees when you choose Yeye's Culture Academy. So again, if there are any questions, please let me know. As of June 30th, you are getting the early jump. We are offering an early bird special from now until July 15th. Those that apply now, you have 10% off your full tuition when you register by July 15th, and you have a waived application fee. The code for that is EY10. Just put it in the discount mode. Put it in the discount. Oh, once you submit, it'll take you to another screen, and then you'll be able to put it in the discount mode there. And if you have any questions, you can just let me know, but it should be there. So again, the early bird special, you'll see it down in underneath the video, underneath all the links. And so I hope this has answered a lot of your questions If not, please, please, please email me, text me if you have my number, and just let me know. What are your thoughts? What do you think? You don't have to come to another open house. You've seen the information. Just make sure that you just keep in touch. Let us know what you need. All right, that is it. Mundu po asante, madasi ingiyabonga. I hope to work with all of your families soon. Peace and blessings, everyone.